Hello everybody, my name is Alex Shrednozlak, and I'm a film critic at FilmBook. Today, I'll be reviewing the 2020 horror movie, Amulet. And I apologize in advance, I have to read off all of these names because there's no way that I'm going to be able to memorize them. Amulet was written and directed by Romola Gary. The film stars Carla, Juri, Alec Sakaranu, and Amalda Staunton. Yep, there's no way that I was going to be able to get that right the first time. The movie's about a homeless ex-soldier who experiences a lot of PTSD. The film moves back and forth between events from his past as well as the present. After a job he's on goes wrong, he meets a nun who offers him free shelter. The only catch is he has to help care for a house who's occupied by a young girl and her dying mother. However, as he gets to know the young girl, he begins to suspect something sinister is happening. I hadn't heard of this movie until it came my way. I watched the trailer, and for the most part, this seemed like your pretty average Demon in the House movie. And for the majority of this film, that is the case. It's a long, slow burn. And that's surprising because the runtime for this movie is pretty short, coming in at 98 minutes. But for me, I was definitely able to feel every minute of that. This movie does respect itself enough to take its time. I really don't like when horror movies are super rushed because they tend to be filled with just a bunch of jump scares. This movie doesn't do that, and it's definitely something that I respect about it a lot. It's beautifully shot. There's a lot of really strange performances, and I mean that in a good way. And it has a great score to complement the atmosphere that it's trying to create. But the movie is so slow at points that I found myself getting distracted by things around my home. Like, it was a really difficult experience watching this movie by myself and being able to stay fully attentive to it. One of the biggest problems I would say is this movie's not very much engaging with its characters. Sure, there's a lot of weird things that happen between scenes that definitely kept my attention. But I really feel like this is one of those movies that's heavily relying on the twist at the end. So let me talk about that a little bit. This movie has a major twist at the end that I don't think that anybody's going to see coming. I'm not going to spoil it either, but it's definitely one of the most bizarre things that I've seen in quite some time. I understand what the filmmakers were trying to do for sure. They were trying to clearly send a message, and it's something that I definitely respected about it. Film is such a unique art form that you're able to visually show an overarching message or theme that you're trying to convey. And this movie definitely takes full advantage of that. It definitely takes a lot of tropes from the monster in the house style of storytelling to convey the message that it wants to spread. And it probably would have worked better for me if it wasn't such a slow burn. It's something that I'm definitely still conflicted about, and it's something that I think I'm just going to have to rewatch in the future. Again, I'm not going to spoil it for you because I feel like it's better to go into this movie knowing nothing. It's definitely going to be polarizing between all of its audiences. You're really going to love what it's trying to do, or you're really going to hate it. Just know, as I mentioned before, this is definitely one of the most bizarre movies that I've watched in recent memory. So I'm going to rate Amulet a 7 out of 10. I think this is a movie that I can eventually get down with. It definitely asks for repeat viewings from its audience. It's very, very detail oriented. I'm just not really sure if people are going to want to watch it again after the first viewing. And that brings us to the conclusion of my review for Amulet. I'd like to thank you all for watching. You can see more of my reviews on the FilmBook website. That's film-book.com. Just search for Alex Shrednozlak. You can also see other videos and reviews I've done on my YouTube channel, link in the description. If you like what you heard during my review, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so that way you're notified as soon as new reviews are posted. If you agreed or disagreed with my review, definitely leave me a comment down in the comment section below. Please also consider becoming a member on our Patreon, link also in the description. Your support helps us create more engaging content. Thank you all again so much for listening, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.